A Vulgata? Isn't that a book of knighthood? Tell me more about the text on chronomancy. No, its content is known only to those who can offer an equal exchange. It was the greatest treasure left by Himvrak Hagenshags. You must seek out that wizard Himvrak after the election. There is simply too much knowledge to pass up here. The Codex of Ultimate Wisdom? The original, taken via raids 1,000 years ago, left by Rodoar de la Gara Verde. The White Manes. The Lion Folk must have taken it. It lines up. What a fascinating piece of lore to uncover. Unfortunately, you cannot restore it to its rightful people. Not today, at least. Where did you get a Vulgata? Ulrich 13. Ulrich 13? 13 just means 13. That is the name that was given. That does sound like the name of a first knight. Like from the magazine tales. Those seem like some rare texts. Yes! They are hidden from you, for you do not hold anything of equal value. That makes sense. Yes! Do you stay in the same place or do you move about? The location changes. The worthy are drawn near. I see, so it's a temporary pop-up sort of situation you've got going here? We are where the exchanges can be made, nowhere else. Who created you? The minds of Tulin Cattle, the cord pullers, servants of Jor. Did your creators live here in Ascan? The cord pullers built their empire around the gate. That is where they are. Was that your book on the outside? We are all texts. The written, the page, the tome, the book. We are an esoteric knowledge bank collecting the written word from everything within. Perhaps a few miles? An intense magic, perhaps beyond even that of the arcanists. I really did not mean to steal from you. You have taken, it has begun. What do you want from me? A peace given, a peace returned. An egalitarian exchange. So what, I need to give you a book of equal value? Hold on, isn't this a library? Can I just return it later? Can you tell me who left this book here? Do I have anything that's even close to the value of this thing? Or I don't have anything for you. Can I just return the book? Can you tell me who left this book here? The Book of the Mind was left by Himvrak Hagenshags. In exchange, a piece of equal value was given. Hagenshags, that bloodline is supposed to be gone. What did the guy give in exchange? The piece given was the blood order of Doug. Of Doug? Of Doug. Of Doug? Doug! Which Doug? Doug Doolin Dim. Ah, that Doug. Legendary figure. Right. That's the Drake Slayer guy. Yes, one of yours. Can I see the blood order? It is not what you asked for. Yeah, I know, but I can't browse the collection. No. If there wasn't a strange apparition ruling over this place, you could totally sneak over and take a look. Do I have anything that's even close to the value of this thing? No, nothing. This book must be worth a fortune. 100,000 crowns to the right collector, maybe? Try to figure out an equal exchange with advantage and a +2 on a DC 3. Okay, that works. I was worried about a double nat 1. No, there is nothing you have that monetarily exchanges equally to this tome. However, it's not connected to a monetary value at all. It is not. While powerful, it would be unlikely that this thing would apply its own material break to the value on texts. Simply because it would not keep the value of its collection intact. If you take out this book and then spread the secret foreword hidden within it, that Appleton spoke so longingly about, the value would crash, and the monetary value of the collection would collapse. It has to be an object of, what, sentimental value? More or less, yes. Something that symbolizes a similar value on whatever ineffable level this apparition appraises its collection, which means there is only one object in your possession that would reach in any way a high enough level of value. And you know what it is. Grab your pouch of holding. No. What? You've got something? An equal exchange, says the apparition, the light at the center of the spiral growing more apparent. My voting card. Your what? That would be an equal exchange. An equal exchange. You know it. You've sworn to guard it with your life. It is a symbol of your political internal struggle. What kind of man would just throw it away? You're not just throwing it away. A vote is just one vote. If you get that book, you could, you know, buy as many votes as you want. Yes, that vote is useless, just get the book. You've struggled for ages over how to make your voice heard. Is this the time to falter, truly? What a terrible conundrum. Just do it. You should think about this hard. Come on, just do it. You're holding the voting card in your hands. On its surface you see the marks of an indecisive man, lit up on the glow of the living library. Cleric? An equal exchange. State your full name and the name of your piece. Okay. You nod towards the light. It then repeats the command. State your full name and the name of your piece. Hamlin's voting card. The card is grabbed from your hand as if swept up by a non-existent wind. Yes. The voice lets out a deep, harrowing statement. Okay. The exchange is accepted. The trade is in place. Then the light slowly begins to fade as darkness once again envelops the spiral chamber. Oh man, good job, but I gotta ask. Why was your voting card worth the same as the super expensive book? What do you mean? I've lost my only vote. I won't be able to partake in our first ever election. This is a tragedy. Cleric. He looks at you with the apprehensive gaze of a concerned parent. You know you can just get a new one, right? What? A voting card. It's a bit annoying, but anyone can just get a new one from the district office if they lose it. What? Suddenly the light returns. Value is depreciated. No, the deal was done. No takebacks. Deal was, is, are... It's confused. Now's your time. Shit, run. You quickly slip the fancy book into your pouch of holding, and in the same movement begin to sprint up the spiral walkway. As you do, the voice lets out a deep, harrowing statement. No exchange offered. Your soul will take its place. The illusionary book upon the shelves begins to crumble and shake, turning to dust, one by one, in a series of violent esoteric poofs. The ground shakes and the world collapses as you move up the stairs. You will join the collection. The goblin is by your side as the two of you run as if a fire burned at your backs. Stop! The apparition clearly wasn't ready for your sprint. It must be because you tricked it with the voting card. That was a great move. Yeah, sure. Tricked. Let's go! Rush ahead. The shelves turn into a sea of dust further below, quickly catching up. You quickly push yourself around the spiral as the books begin to fly out of the shelf. Many turn to dark ash, covering the path in front of you. The goblin hops over the puddles of book dust. Something's wrong with this shit. Don't touch it. Behind, further below, you see a wave of this ash forming. It grows, filling the library. The voice, now faded and far away, appears to chant, "The collection! The collection!" As you hear this, a tome lands before you. It does not turn to ash. Look at it. Don't have a choice. It says, "The personal spell book of Grand Arcanist Phileas Prax. This is a masterpiece. You must have it. Grab it!" Or, no! It's an illusion. The apparition is controlling your psyche. We should be able to do this. There we go. Dungeoneering reflexes. It does not make sense. Phileas Prax did not have a personal spellbook. Such a powerful arcanist would simply bind his memorization mentally, spiritually, and physically. Obviously, jump over the spellbook. Rushing past, it turns to ash behind you. Go! You follow the goblin up, closer towards the exit. You are so close now, as all the strange ashen books now pour into the walkway in a cascade of dark pages. The collection is echoing ominously behind you, barely noticeable over the rumbling of the structure. Almost there. That is when you notice it. The magazine, it sits on the railing. A magazine in a library? Yes, you see it clearly. It's the Red Light, the best nudie magazine in Norvik. It's banned in every official district. A one-of-a-kind type of debauchery. Oh, that's fine. I really don't care to stop for a random pin-up magazine. Oh, truly? Of course. The tower's had a ton of hidden stacks of smut. It's not exactly difficult to... Hold on, look at the cover. It's a special edition. Oh, what kind of edition? No, come on. You glance at it. Just a quick peek. Oh yes. On the cover is a particularly sturdy-looking and well-built woman. The title says, Orcs and Amazons Edition. Earth be good. Don't open the magazine. At least we have advantage on it. Okay. That does it. The flow of ash catches up to you quickly now, like waves of glittering dark sand. Each splash hitting your back causes you to lose strength. The two of you run towards the exit. Don't stop. The chanting from below grows louder now. One, a piece for a piece. Throw yourself out of the doorway. You and Snell both jump out into the city below hallway. The flood of esoteric ash coming after you, up until the exact crossing of the doorway. At which point it is stopped, hitting an invisible barrier, which promptly fades into a solid wall once more. There we go. Holy shit. The goblin falls down to the ground, letting out the occasional insane chuckle. Another stupid death averted. You got the damn book at least? Check if you still got it. Yeah, still got it. Taking it out of your pouch of holding, you do still have to have the quite real and physical copy of the Book of the Mind 6th edition. Successful library heist. With some minor hiccups. Time to deliver the book to the halfling. The goblin gives you a thumbs up and slowly starts to get up on his feet. Next time, he says, pointing upwards, we'll go to the Darovian library, okay? That was some esoteric bullshit. It sure was, and I'll see you at Appledent's house. Now that we've avoided a catastrophe. That could have gone poorly. Imagine dying because you look at a porn magazine. That would be one hell of a way to go. Okay, there we are. Let's hand him the book. He waves his hand in front of him. Life is pain, now what do you want? I found the book by Cividix. That library was very talkative. You did? Fucking glorious. And I'm sorry, what do you mean by talkative? There was a living library right below, point downwards. Living library? Oh! A Tulinkatli invention, I presume. I have heard tales of a shuffling trove of knowledge below, but I have not spoken with an eyewitness.
I bet it gave you some esoteric bullshit to handle, eh?
Lots of bullshit.
Ho ho! I thank you then. This was no small thing to ask of even an experienced cleric. Now, can I see it?
I'll just hand it to him.
Look at that! What a piece of shit. There's even a gem on the latch. Such bourgeoisie bullshit,
he says while flipping open the magical tome.
I prefer my books with less flair and more content. Speaking of which...
Point at the first page. What do you think about that mention of blood property?
Huh? Haggis? No. It's old enough for that. How curious.
The halfling sniffs a few times while flipping through the golden pages.
Beyond that added note to the first page, this is most definitely exactly what I am looking for. The 6th edition of the Book of the Mind.
Huzzah!
Hells yeah, as the kids say it. Now.
Snurry takes out a quill and paper along with some ink. Then he opens the book to the first page of the dozen or so pages of foreword.
I shall copy the foreword in its entirety. Luckily our dear Lord Scholar Cividix wrote in regular old Divinorian.
What are you hoping to find?
Mainly an answer to his exploration of animus. But who knows if it will be mentioned. Either way, it shall only take a few minutes.
Okay, wait 1 hour. Sure, there we go.
There we go.
Snell jumps up from the couch. Those were some long minutes, Appledent.
Ah, yes, sorry. I had to take extra care to make sure I did not mess up any of the transcription work. Either way, now it is done.
He taps the quill one last time for the final punctuation. Then, an esoteric force explodes from the tome.
Master!
Your limbs reach out on instinct. It's going to hit the halfling, but if you follow through, it'll hit you instead. Spirit from beyond. Oh dear. It wants a mind. Grab the book. You grab it from Snurry's grasp, the shocked halfling letting go without a fight. The energy emanating from its pages now focusing on you. Necrotic energies. This will hurt. Wait, do I have anything to protect me? No, that's not it. Do I have anything to protect me? Enhance ability, charm person, comprehend languages, cure wounds. No, I can only do anything after the fact, I suppose. If you resist it, it will only go back to the scholar. If you wish to protect him, let it in. Okay. Your mind is a fortress, and you open the gate. It floods in, every crevice filled by ghostly whispers. Whispers and screams. That did a number. There we go. Your vision grows bright. Lord Scholar Fatanax Cividix. Oh, that's the title. Oh well. This will have to do. What's going on? Think a little before you speak. What? Who are you? I am Cividix. The guy who wrote that book. I see. Greetings, Lord Scholar. Be wary of this mental meeting. Some manners. Good. Nonetheless, this is an improvement over being brought back as a tool for that misbred mutant. Tell me, what do you wish to gain from myself, here in this near-corporeal form? Or is it this halfling whose foolish ambitions you shall fulfill? I don't give a shit about you. I just helped Snorri find that book. Snorri Appledent is a great scholar. He will continue your work. I wish to know your secrets, Lord Cividix. Ambition of man is not all died, then. You may ask whatever questions you have. Only for the esoteric shackles bound around my soul I shall answer. Who was that mutant you mentioned? A damned Haggenshags, one crawling around the holes of this horrid place. I had hoped for them all to have fallen. Alas, some have clearly clung to a type of distinguished existence. An arcanist? A true one, yes, despite this one being what I would consider a damned idiot. Himvrak Haggenshags is a crazed abomination. He will never return to a sane state, no matter his lofty ambitions. And that idiotic greeting of his, it has burned a hole into my mind I will never be able to repair. If you ever see him, kill him. It would be a mercy upon his ancient soul. Greeting? What greeting? That inbred idiot always said the same phrase whenever he opened my book. What was it? Ahoy hoy. Idiotic. Never ask me to utter it again. Snorri wanted to ask about the animus. Yes, that is why most wish to gather the 6th edition. The dozen copies I crafted each contain a different foreword, each a fragment of my knowledge. My decades of research. I could not publish most of it, as it used illegal data gathering during various arcanist experiments. What did you find? The anima and animus are incomplete ideas. They are but a shade of a greater color, a swatch standing midst a palette of the mind. Through mental tribulations and intense physical exertion, I managed to extract a deeper understanding, a categorization of the mind. There is overlap to general personality research, however, it does not match perfectly, as all creatures seem to exhibit these categories in different forms. 6 categories to be precise. 6? They are not prominent in the thoughts of most. They are not easily pinned down, nor are they practical due to their changing nature. However, there are 6 shades of the psyche which can be practically explored and examined, each on a spectrum of its own. Oh? I have distilled them into the following terms: force, agility, body, intellect, awareness, presence. So, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Each creature has various aspects imprinted onto these 6. For example, the masculine is most often found within the force, though some can see it more within the intellect or presence, while the feminine is most often found within the body or awareness. There is much more to be discovered here. I was in the middle of my latest compilation when disaster struck. Once I return, the work shall continue. I'm a cleric. Do you have any insight about the gods? Gods are but chosen of the outsiders. I once interviewed a god during the war, a fellow with light features, his origin tracing back to Vorgeni farmers. He was taken to Thazan as a guest, successfully signing a peace between his insignificant people and our empire. Not an idiot, despite his poor breeding. It must have been the human blood in that giant's veins. He explained to me the functions of divinity as he and other walking gods experienced it. A view of strings, futures, that of chance and fate. This corroborates the common understanding of Jaws strings as chronologically bound, and it appears walking gods carry an ability to peer through near autonomous divination into the phrase themselves, which explains their rise during the Divine Era, while simultaneously making their fall during our era all the more embarrassing. I don't understand. They can see strings? Not only, they see strings through time. In any case, gods are but a relic of a bygone era. You need not think of them any longer. I suggest leaving whatever divine path you are on the same moment the channeling of those powers stop. Belief has no power in Jor's realm, not in this era of crowds. I'm a wizard. Do you have any lost knowledge about string research? I do not research the esoteric. What I can tell you is only the common knowledge of the arcanists. Magic is true power, strings are chronological, and the purpose of man is to rule over lesser races. But most humans died in the Coast War. Caused by the arcanists? 90%, yes. However, it is obvious the cause for the war is but the idiocy of those same lesser races. Man did not start the war. Had the esoteric not forsaken the great houses, it would not have become such a drawn-out ordeal. Had the world not cursed our kin, we would today be ruled by the Thazan elite, a wise, righteous, masculine, meritotechno-majocratic unity. The world would be complete, instead of this chaotic and feminine madness you have built for yourself. Whoa, why feminine? You don't like women? I do not feel the need to go into any sort of deep judgment upon the broad strokes of this temporary power structure you live in. But I will suggest you get control of the anima. It does nothing but breed contempt when left in charge.